Okay. Hi Nova, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's Dreamhack. Always doing great on Dreamhack.
Okay, so this is Dreamhack. You're playing with a different team. You're playing with ITS from CIS Garena, Russia. And you're playing carry role, which is a total opposite of what you used to play.
Yeah.
What's your experience with that, and how are you coping with it?
Well, ITS has had huge roster issues because many of their people couldn't get visa and they shuffled around a lot of players. And then at some point they just asked me, can you help us? And since I didn't qualify with my team, I said, sure, of course. I mean, going to Dreamhack will be amazing, and even if we don't have much of a chance, we can try our best. And the thing is, like, when I'm playing carry, I can't really tell much about the experience because we usually die before I get farming items or any items at all. Like, many games have been 15-minute losses, unfortunately, but can't help it. Can't say we didn't try, at least.
Okay, so this year we see a lot of C teams. We see three C teams and one from China. So it's 4 Garena teams. Last year you said you had a lot of respect from the Asian teams. Do you have that amount of respect now, considering these new teams are coming in? And what do you feel about it? What do you feel about Hon growing in Asia?
I mean, if you look at the rankings, it still looks okay. Garena is like the bottom 4 or something of the rankings, but I think there is a lot more to it than the actual stats show, and I still have the same, if not even more, respect for the Southeast Asian scene because the individual skill is still huge. I remember that I was sitting down with Troll Amador, we were watching the games, and he's like, oh, this Master of Arms player, he's so sick, he's like, Master of Arms? Alright, so Tempest denies long lane and Master of Arms gets the lane balance within 2 creep waves back. That's insane, that's really good. And Troll was impressed with that, I was impressed with that, and the individual skill of the Southeast Asian scene is still the same. The problem is the separation of the NAU scene, who developed the team play, or the whole mid-game and late game, more than the Southeast Asian scene did. And with that separation, you don't get to practice with each other. And many EU teams and even NA teams refuse to play against the Southeast Asian teams, those few that actually have access to the client. So I think the C teams just lack a little bit of experience in order to be a strong contender.
Okay, fair enough. So, well, everyone is talking about this year, we see a lot of upsets at Dreamhack, and one of the biggest upset was probably that SG isn't performing as how we thought it would be. VDT took the first win, and then we have Complexity, and then now we have SGEU. Could you say this is like a huge turning point for them? Do you think they're playing that, this is the end, or is it the peak for them, or could they advance more as a team, or is it that at this time the whole teams are getting better and they're just falling behind? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's a turning point for SG. SG won't disband afterwards, or they won't be like totally shattered to pieces or whatever, but it's a wake-up call, and it's a huge turning point for the scene. Because I really hope that people look at the games and realize you can use more than just 20 heroes. VDT wins with a Gemini, Complexity wins with a Predator, I think. SGEU wins with the Sandwrath. So, okay, these are all on the same position, all first position, all carry, but you can swap around more heroes. But of course, give the teams time in order to find that out. The most important part about VDT winning over SG is just that they do it not with an SG lineup, but an own lineup revolving around Gemini, and that makes it very, very good and interesting.
Alright, so since you are known as the analyst of teams, can you tell us how do you think the rest of the teams will fare, and also your prediction for the winner of this year's Dreamhack Summer 2013?
My prediction? Alright, so the top 4 teams, Complexity, SGEU, SG and VDT, are suddenly all in the race for the title, and all of them can make it. Before the event it was completely different. You had like SG at 80% and SGEU at 10% and so on and so on. And now it's almost 25% for each. VDT needs more experience, but they have so much momentum going for them. SGEU has huge momentum and experience, but they haven't won any major title recently. Complexity always up and down, you never really know what to expect from them. And then SG, the best team in the world, they're not suddenly second place or something, but 3 losses in a row. Did they crumble with that? Or did they wake up and are they able to bond as a team, or will they continue like raging at each other or whatever? I don't want to make a prediction, but you forced me to, so I would like to say VDT. Like, if VDT makes it to the finals, I will cheer for them all the way, not because they are the young ones or the underdogs or something, because I'm so impressed with their play style. Very aggressive and extraordinary heroes, very, very, very cool to watch. But I think SGEU has the slightly highest chances at the moment, so analyst has to go with SGEU.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Any shout outs and any tips for our C viewers on Han? How to be a pro player like you?
How to be a pro player? Spend 70% of the time playing, 10% of the time watching replays of yourself, and 20% of the time watching replays of better players. And always look to play against better players. Always try to play against someone that you know is better than you, because that's the only way you will evolve and become better as a player. And shoutouts in general, shoutouts to my fans, those few that are watching me failing on carry and failing ITS and everything. I know it must be very heartbreaking to see that, but it's still an experience, it's still Dreamhack, and I hope that I'm gonna meet a lot of fans someday in Southeast Asia. So huge shout out to that region as well, and thank you for the interview.